It's wintertime, you lost electricity, your plumbing froze up. Now that the power's back on and the house is warming up because the furnace is working, you see water leaking out of the bottom of your tankless water heater. What does that mean? Obviously it's not good. Do you need to replace it? Is it repairable?
How much is this gonna cost me?
What are my options? So whether you're a plumber who isn't as familiar with tankless water heaters as you would like to be, or if you're a homeowner who just wants to educate themselves as to what you're getting into, how much work is it actually going to be, this video will help you to have a basic understanding of how tankless water heaters work. And if you're in the situation such as my family member whose tankless water heater froze up in this last storm in 2026, how you can remove and replace those parts with ease. So let's get into it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the unit off, and we're going to unplug it. As you look below the water heater, you're going to see multiple valves. You may wonder, what do these valves go to? The one with the blue handle is your cold coming into your water heater. You can also look up at the top of the metal casing, and you'll see that they are labeled. The red one is for the hot side, and the blue one for the cold side. What we want to do is shut both of those off. It is possible that your tankless water heater has a hot water recirculation line. This isn't as common. The way that you can tell is that there'll be a third valve, and again, it will be labeled on the bottom of your tankless water heater indicating what is the purpose of that valve. Go ahead and turn that valve off as well. And just for safe measure, we're going to turn off the gas valve. It's now safe to remove the cover. Most tankless water heaters have 4 screws in each corner. What you have here is your computer board. This is the brains of the unit. It tells the unit when to turn on, and it also monitors different sensors that are installed throughout the unit. Here's an example of 2 sensors, one here and one here. These are easily removed by just simply popping them off with the clip. Or for example, this one is just a simple screw to remove the sensor. Next, you have your heat exchanger and your burner plate. This is where the magic happens with a tankless water heater. Water travels through these tubes and is heated up directly by the flame. This is what makes tankless water heaters so efficient compared to a regular water heater. To the right, you have your gas valve. This monitors how much gas is needed for the unit depending on the water heater demand. And lastly, up top, you have the fan. And this fan not only brings in fresh air, it also pushes the exhaust out at the same time. Now, what we are interested in is the most likely place for something to freeze and break in this unit. And in the video that my brother-in-law sent me, it's this device right here that has frozen and cracked. And to get to it, we're going to have to remove the computer board, which seems like that might be really complicated. It's not. Let me show you. There's 2 screws that hold this on, one located here and one located down here. When you go through training courses for tankless water heaters, they highly recommend that you use hand tools once you're inside the unit, just to avoid over torquing or stripping out any of the screws. Just pull it out, and you can go ahead and just let it hang there. The way most tankless water heaters are designed is that they can be built easily and taken apart easily. Each of these connections has a clip, and inside here is an O-ring. So once you remove that clip, you can be able to pull that pipe off of that fitting. But before we take any of these clips apart, we want to remove as much water from inside the water heater as possible. Let me show you how to do that. Looking back at the bottom of the water heater, you're going to notice that there's these little nozzles that are built into it. These are in place so that you can drain the water out of the unit. Let me demonstrate. Put a bucket down below here. Now that we have all our little drain nozzles open, we're going to remove this little cap. We're going to open that. And that's going to allow the water to drain out of the system. We're also going to repeat that process with the hot side. Take that little cap off, open it up, just give it a minute or two and let the whole system drain as much water out as possible. Now that the water has drained out of the system, I just want to show you how easy it is to take these fittings apart. We're going to remove this pipe from the system. Comes up here to here. We're just going to take this clip, pop it off, remove the lower clip, and we're just going to give a little bit of a wiggle. Let's use the same process to remove the water servo. Remove the second clip. Just like that. And then just undo your wiring harness. Order the correct part and replace it. You'll notice that each of these fittings has a O-ring on it. It is important to put a little bit of plumber's grease or preferably silicone grease on each of these O-rings when you reassemble everything. I like to use Danco silicone grease. And then reassemble the unit exactly as it came apart. And install your clips the exact same way. It fits perfectly. We also want to close the two valves that we opened up to drain. So we're going to close them, and then we're also going to return their cap. We also want to close all of the drain nozzles that we opened up. And now we can turn our cold water on slowly and pressurize the system. Once the system reaches full pressure, you shouldn't hear any change in the sound. Now what I'm going to do is go to the closest fixture and open it, and then we'll open up our hot valve so that all the air can bleed out of the system. Okay, our valve is open up at the sink, so let's go ahead and open up our hot side and purge the air out of the tankless water heater. So we've drained all the air out of the system. We've shut the faucet off upstairs. We've checked each of our joints to make sure nothing is leaking. Everything looks good. We can now put our computer board back in place. We can go ahead and put our cover back on. Go ahead and plug our unit back in. We'll also go ahead and turn our gas valve back on. Go ahead and power up the unit. And you're good to go. And it doesn't matter what manufacturer tankless water heater you have, whether it's a Noritz, a Rinnai, a Navian, they all basically use the same technology and the same type of fittings to put their components together inside the unit. Once you identify and remove the component that is bad, you can call customer service on any of these companies and get a new part either shipped to you, or even sometimes it'll be covered under warranty depending on the situation. Would you like to know how you can retrofit a recirculation pump so that you can get hot water faster to the shower or faucet that's furthest from your tankless unit? Or would you like to learn how to descale a tankless water heater? If the video isn't already uploaded to my channel, it will be there soon. And if you found this video helpful or you learned something, come check out the other videos on my channel. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll talk to you then.